Alright, guys and girls, welcome to Gruvgear Guitar. I'm having fun with this new song called Hills of St. Anne. It's Stephen Marley who performs this, connected to Bob. Maybe you heard about that guy, Bob Marley. Yes, it's a cool song, and I can show you how to handle this with bar chords and also without. Okay, we're gonna come to that first. I'm gonna highlight my new channel. It's called Gruvgear Guitar 6 Strings Ago. Yes, I need your help there, guys. So we need to grow that channel together. Why? Because I would like to educate you in a new way with a full playthrough, and you're gonna just follow along from the beginning and learn chords on the screen and play till the very end without me talking. You can just play and listen to the song without me talking. Imagine that. So go and check out my new channel, Gruvgear Guitar 6 Strings Ago. Now let's focus on this one. We have 3 chords to learn here, and we're gonna do that with bars and without bars. Why? Because there are pros and cons when it comes to this kind of playing to have bar chords in. So that's the reason. You're gonna understand soon. First, no need for any capo, okay? So we're gonna start with the bar chords first. It's the E minor. You have it high up here with an index finger bar on this 7th fret, and you're gonna push down 5 strings if you count from the bottom up. You don't need that last E string in the bass. And then you need to add 9th on D, 9G, and 8 on B. That's the E minor. Next, D. That goes like this. I use 2 bars, okay? The real chord as it is, it looks like this. Index on this 1st fret, 5th fret as a bar, and you push down 5 strings, the same 5 strings. And then you need to add 7th on D, 7th G, and 7th B. But I skipped that finger mania there on this 7th fret, so I just place a 2nd bar in front of the first one on the 7th fret, and I try to stay away from the last E string if I go all the way down with that 2nd bar. Okay, so that is a D, and then we have the A minor, and that's still on the 5th fret as a bar, this time all strings there, and then you need to add 7th on A and 7th on D. And there we have the 3 chords in the bar version. Now without, it goes like this. E minor, so it's open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. We have D next, which is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. And then finally A minor, open A, 2nd D, 2nd G, 1st B, and open E. So for us to play this strumming, we could do something like this. Okay, when it comes to this reggae style, so you're gonna play basically 2 downs. That is the main thing here, like this. You could go like that, but it's colorless, and we need to give some more life to it. So you can play like this. So it's first 1 down, and then down up, and then up, down, up. Okay, that is one way to go. Okay, or you can just go like down, up, down, up. But if you go with down, up, you have to focus on the downs there, okay? Because otherwise it gets too, like, it's too much sound, and it just everything when it comes to rhythm goes away. So you notice there I'm playing down, up, but I focus on the downs. Okay, so I would, if you start with this kind of style, I would prefer to go with the first version. So it's down, up, down, up. That is the closest thing you're gonna come to really play kind of straight up and downs, okay, without thinking of highlighting certain downs and ups and give more push to certain actions. So down, up, down, up. With that, you're close and set for this song, okay? So with that said, you want to have this kind of jumpy feeling, you know, when it comes to this rhythm and reggae. It has this on the ups, okay? And therefore, the reason is to play the bar chords, because with that you can you can kind of mute with releasing the tension from the strings. So if you use, for instance, the E minor here, you notice there are actions happening there, but no sound coming out, and that is because I'm releasing the tension from the strings on the fretboard, so that kills the sound, and we have that kind of jumpy feeling. That is the reason for us having the bar chords, and that is actually how they usually play these kind of styles and musics, and how Stephen also plays there if you're watching a music video with bars, okay? But if you think that is too hard on your hand, you cannot play that through the entire song, you have then the chords without, okay? So you don't have to kind of beat up your fretboard hand too much, so you can use the same style but with the standard chords. Okay, so that is the reason. You have two options here, and you can actually, because they're the same chords, you can go back and forth between them. So like I showed you in the introduction of the tutorial, I went from the bar chords to the standard chords and back again and forth. So you can use your own style there. You have the options here once you learn the chord progression. So a lot of talking. Now let's go into the actual song. We have the strumming pattern set now, and we have one chord progression round that goes in the same way through the entire song. The first half goes E minor, 4 full strumming rounds. I'm gonna show you with the standard chord now. So E minor 4, then D 4, and A minor 8. That's the first half. So sorry, 2. So E minor 2, D2, A minor 4, like this. Okay, so that's the first half. The second half goes E minor 2, D2, A minor 2, and back to E minor 2. So. Alright, so that is the second half and one full round. You just repeat that, and with bar chords it sounds like this: E minor 2, and that is how to play with bars, and that is how to handle the song, Hills of St. Anne. Great song there. So enjoy this one, have fun, and until next time, play tuned.